Hello and welcome to episode 21 of my IXION playthrough. So, we are still in the new system. We have moved away from the destroyed command center, but we still have plenty of other locations that we need to start exploring. And that's just within the actual wreckage itself. We also have a large area of the map that we're not going to be able to explore easily. This is a dangerous area even for our smaller ships. So I believe when last we left off, we had queued up self-welding for this, and the plan was to get the improved repair protocol for this so that they are more likely to endure dangerous space weather conditions, because there's going to be a lot of resources over there that we currently just don't have access to. Not without putting our ships in danger. Okay, since the probe is ready, I know there's hydrogen there, but we've nowhere to store it. Aha! I was looking, hoping for a healthy ferrite deposit. Because we are also in the process of starting to upgrade buildings within our sectors, specifically the housing. But that's going to require twice as much alloys as the previous house, or previous houses do. Can I activate that? Because I need it activated. We hadn't started upgrading here because we didn't think we had the population limit, but I believe because, yeah, we do have the population limit. Because we've got 30% extra population out of all of our houses. Does that active here? It isn't, but we can activate it. Now we'd emptied this out. Why had we emptied this out? Ah yeah, because we were going to flip them. We were waiting for a meal cycle. So that what we could do is disassemble this and this. Let's get this disassembled now. Let's also disassemble that part of that. The second this meal cycle is over, we're going to disassemble this, move it, and immediately start rebuilding it. We want to kind of mirror what we've started over here. So we need it and then two of those. That may actually need to be moved over by one to make this line up correctly. 1, 2. Yeah, there should be a road here. I guess we're just going to have to keep this as slightly skew-if. It doesn't really matter that much. We're going to need a location that we can move this ice into so that we can put down the bigger storage bins that I want for those two.
A probe has completed its scan.
Probe has completed its scan, but that was also not another probe has been built. This thing's being disassembled. Let me just pause for a second. Ah, right, yes. The probe has detected a signal originating from a chain of mountains that borders the Arctic Oceans. This is the iceberg crew. We are currently in orbit of P-38. The planet possesses a high corrosive atmosphere. There will be little room for improvisation once we touch down. We must establish a search protocol now. We do know that the signal is transmitting from beneath a mountain. Alternatively, we can focus on analysing material samples in order to improve our understanding of planets like this. Ignore the scene, bore through the mountain, perform a the iceberg team will perform a detailed topological analysis of the mountain range in order to find a route through the signal's origin. Bore through the mountain. Without knowing what they have to bore through, they could destroy something. If they're trying to get through a signal, they could get to the point where they just bore through the signal, or bore through whatever generating the signal, or expose whatever's down there to the corrosive atmosphere it may be contained. So I think the safest solution is to perform a topographical analysis to see whether or not they can find a route in. Otherwise we risk destroying whatever's there. This is obviously the safest one, but it ignores the potential information that we can get from it. Okay, so once this cycle is done and this is empty, that was a meal cycle. Why didn't any of the meal go anywhere? We now have access to stockpiles medium, so let's queue up that. There's no active tech lab? Oh, it's in cooldown mode. Next serving in... that's weird because we just had a meal cycle and this is telling us that we didn't. We can't do that. As much as I would like to, that doesn't work. We need to... Oh, did I just void all the food in it? We need a place to put this food. If we don't have a place to put the food, then we have a problem. That's interesting. If I cancel the deconstruction, it wants to build it again from scratch. Weird. I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay. We don't need these yet. We are waking people up, but food is fine. I would like more ferrite coming in. How much does this thing cost? Not much, but it does need... We are going to need a lot more of these.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
You're going to tell me that there's not a mess hall and that I should build a mess hall? I'm aware. I don't know why it's requiring materials to build. It was a free mess hall. Really? Despite its thorough chemical processing and convincing synthetic flavouring, food produced from waste is proving to be unpopular among the crew. Often the crew good-naturedly make jokes about the parallels between the food and their garbage, but sometimes the seed of discourse grows in the soil of humour. I kind of just want to take them to tell them to fuck off. But it's not like I can't turn it off. But that's the thing. I can turn it off for 30 cycles and it will give me no benefit whatsoever. We know this. All events are a waste of my time. We don't get any benefit from them. The only thing we're doing is potentially avoiding a negative. here, a lot of you are going to have to work harder to make up for the food surplus. Or the opposite of the food surplus. Okay, that's ticking over nicely. Now we can reset this back to being basically storage, what it's meant to be.
The probe has completed its scan.
Okay, we have not been diligently doing this like we should be. Oh, that's one of the reasons why it's because we only have 2 of these on at the minute.
A science ship team has completed a task.
That one's finished. That one is being finished, but it needs this to be on. We have the spare workers for this. It's okay. Is there anything in here that we can turn off temporarily? We could potentially turn off the other mess hall. I think one mess hall is capable of serving all the crew in here. So let's turn the mess hall off so that we're not overburdening ourselves. Okay, I want you, before you fill that thing back up again, now dismantle that. Now we've had the actual food cycle. Well, these have rooms to get the food out of here. This is the iceberg crew. The signal was transmitted from an abandoned subterranean complex. By breaching it, we have unfortunately allowed... This is why I told you not to drill through! I explicitly told you not to drill through to avoid this kind of shit. If drilling through was the right answer, then again, the devs are fucking idiots. Let's read the rest of it. It might be fine. Allow the closest atmosphere inside. We estimate the complex was built in the last 20 years. We do not recognize the iconography on the exterior. The technology inside does seem to be human-made, and there are signs that it was once inhabited. There is still little time before the corrosive atmosphere eats through the layer of the iceberg's hull. There's still a little time, and landing gear. We do not think we will be able to explore the entire site, but I identified several places of interest. Okay, I can accept this so long as the drilling one resulted in basically absolute failure. The team has located a large room within the complex containing numerous empty tanks. There will be collected residue samples. They will be collected residue samples and carry out technical analysis to ascertain what the tanks were used for. An area of compound seems to have served as a computer and logistics center. By inspecting the various terminals, the team may be able to learn more about the facilities former occupants. The team has discovered a large hangar that appears to have been used for ship storage and maintenance. Examining this area could tell us more about the purpose of the complex. These are empty tanks, so at best we get research from it, which is fine. We could find out what they're doing, or we could try to get the data from whatever they were researching. So we could try to get the results, or we could try to get the actual information from what they were trying to do. Theoretically, these all take the same amount of time. I imagine investigating the tank room would be quicker. In terms of time intensity, the command center could take longer. It depends on how many terminals there are, how easily it is that they can get into the system and find the data they're looking for. I think the more prudent would be to examine the field operations area. Okay, is that just going to disappear? That looks like it's about to just disappear, which is fine, but we did just spend 40 alloys on it. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, I just built it instantly for 3. That's good. Maintenance. Let's put that down, but pause it. So that we get the road built first. Pause that.
An accident has occurred in the typhoon.
Okay, we can resume that, and resume that. That's food. Okay. Small stockpile, sector 3. All good. So that, in theory, allows this area to push food out easy, in an easier fashion. Okay, let's have a look at how our waste is going. Oh, we forgot to apparently put this on Sector 5, keep half waste in here. It does look like we are getting rid of the waste easily or well enough. This is almost full.
A probe has completed its scan.
We can turn that off because this is only ever going to keep half in here. We still have plenty of resources around to mine, so it doesn't really matter one way or another. Have we got that yet? No, once we've got these two, then we'll start getting the first research in all of these. Okay, let's... If these didn't cost so much in way of circuits. If only they didn't cost so much in the way of circuits. We have some silicon, but not much.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The team identified an area of sealed as a sealed landing bay, once the home of several craft of different sizes. Signals of EKP travel were found, of a type much more advanced than anything you've come across so far. The team also found traces of organic matter and blood. Some of this was salvageable, and samples analysed revealing that several species seem to have passed through this area. All DNA samples showed some structural similarity to that of humans. It seems like this complex was used as a test site for the introduction of species into P-38. I wonder if this is the most science we could have got out of it. One way or another, that's a lot. Wait, I can do more than one of these? Technology inside does seem to be human-made. There's still a little time before... This makes no mention about the current condition of the landing craft. But the game may be expecting me to remember that we have a limited amount of time. We save scum. Because the game is not providing me with sufficient information to make a qualified decision. Investigating the tank room might be a bad idea now that we know what's going on, having thought about it. I really don't need more carbon, but if it's on the radar, we should at least scan it. I'm willing to bet what I just did, not turning off collecting the carbon, but the thing before that. I'm willing to bet that that was a bad idea. Yeah, we're pretty short on alloys at the minute. It means we don't really have much in, or can't really build much. There's plenty more in the system. Which is why I kind of want these guys to start collecting the stuff more.
Probe has completed its scan.
It's going to be the ice. It's a single asteroid. Reactor wreckage, industrial zone wreckage, production district. So yeah, to finish the thought that I was having, the tanks probably contained the test subjects. Actually, because we're short, because we are in fact short on alloys to be able to build the housing upgrades and the other things, we will increase the power availability. We still okay on food? We are. For safety's sake, we'll open up another one of these. Hydrogen.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Docking bay.
A probe has completed its scan.
What can I turn off? What can I turn off? can turn this off temporarily.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, are they dead? The iceberg team believes that the tanks were used for some sort of accelerated gene therapy. Most of the equipment has been dismantled, but some tanks' functions were identified. A system for genetic reprogramming, the ability to dissolve organic matter into refined paste, and the application processing for said paste to be used as a catalyst. It is unlikely that we will be able to obtain any more precise information about this technology. The various integrity sensors of the crew's suits, as well as that of the iceberg, indicate that it is necessary to repatriate the team. Okay, the game actually gave me a nice clear warning. Hey, your time is up, you need to leave. Fair enough. Self-welding has been unlocked, good. We'll be getting an enormous amount of research now, so we can start queuing things up. Do we want to get that yet? We need to get to adjustable panels first. We don't need to... I think it's more important that we start getting more materials. So we'll queue up recycled materials first. We'll try and get both of these and all of them. The amount of workers it's using at the minute isn't really that much of an issue. We have an overabundance of workers. Did we just get crew back? We're getting crew back. Let's have a quick look as to how much spare crew we have in some of these areas. We can probably send 10 workers from here back to Sector 4. While it would be nice to have everything turned on, we don't need everything turned on at the minute.
A probe has completed its scan.
Okay. Yeah, we are still fairly low on this. I need to get this or one other cargo dock online. So we need to get some crew transferred over there, one way or the other. No way about that. So let's send 10 crew from Sector 1 and Sector 3 to Sector 4. Specifically workers. Sector 1 to Sector 4. Sector 3 to Sector 4. And that'll give us what we need to bring this back online. That's disabled. At the minute, that's not a big deal. Okay, can I temporarily bring this online? I think we can. If we take this offline, pause. Let's just bring this online. Good. How was that set up?
Population transfer complete.
Let me set that up. This one here has the direct. Okay. Food isn't really a problem at the minute. Let's tweak this slightly. Sector 3. Doesn't really matter really one way or another where it sends its waste, but I want to say priority is to send waste to food production. And your priority will be the same. Sector 5, send it to food production. And then Sector 5, send it to food production as a priority. Okay, that's how things should work.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
It needs to collect the science there, that's first, and then worry about it afterwards. Not currently much we can do on ship until our alloy production starts catching up. Our sensors indicate our sensors have located a segment of the Entamanaki drifting in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registering a lot of organic debris. We are on site. This part of the Entamanaki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into two zones, vegetable and animal. We have also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small but not impossible. The area is small, but it's not impossible that some survivors may be sheltered there. Make a cautious approach. Invasively breach the self-contained area. Leave the wreckage of food production district. Make a cautious approach towards the self-contained area. If there's people in there at this point, we want to save them. We just have to worry about whether or not they have guns.
Population transfer complete.
Technology recycled materials has been unlocked. That went way quicker than I was expecting it to. Let's research chemical baths. Actually, no, cancel. Cancel. I've already paused, haven't I? Yeah. Research that. Queue that. Reason being, we are overabundant on polymers at the minute. We only really have one use for them. Waste treatment center. Electronics is faster. Ah, right, yeah, that's what that does. Worry about food yet. I'm just thinking activating this might be an idea. I don't mind if we're producing more waste. Basically, I would like to be producing just slightly less waste than we're using, so that we're never stockpiling it as such, but that everything is more or less maintained. That's where I'd like the balance to be. Given the amount of silicon we currently have in stockpiles, I mean, this is now full, which is a problem. We could actually start getting rid of some of it, but do we have the crew for that? Let's use a 19 crew. No, not as is. Something would have to be turned off. let's turn this off temporarily so we can have that back on again. We have the extra crew in here now, I think. All crew transfers done, all crew transfers are done.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Sector 5, small stockpile, it's all good. Okay, pause, because what we actually want to do is put down 2 of these, assign them. But otherwise we don't want to be building them. That's missing materials, that's fine. I'm just prepping these, we're not actually going to build them. What we'll do is, once we actually have the resources available, we'll set these to start building and then dismantle these so that we can replace them, because this is the easiest sector for us to do this in. All the other sectors we actually have to dismantle an existing building to be able to put the new one in. Let's see, I could dismantle both of these. I'm just thinking storage wise, and then we can upgrade that to ferrite. Let's turn that off, turn that on. We can build another one somewhere else. Problem is I need to switch these around basically, and we have too many of the resources just chilling. Our development has been unlocked. Let's queue up the next part of that. Actually, I didn't pay attention to that. That uses 4 power, that uses 3, so these are actually more power efficient. Are they crew efficient? 10, yeah, they're slightly more crew efficient as well. What I can do is, if I disable that from holding ice, and I tell that to hold ice, then we can transfer that into here, dismantle this one and then this one. We are going to need that online, we don't have the crew at the minute. We can turn that off temporarily while we turn this on.
A science ship team has completed a task.
How'd it go? God damn it. Upon entering the area, the crew of the iceberg were confronted by UN soldiers exhibiting extreme signs of dementia. Yelling words like "Die, Dolo scum," they opened fire on our team. The confrontation ended with depressurization of the area due to projectiles firing and the death of both the soldiers and 2 of the iceberg team. Investigating they could afterwards, the team has concluded that this was a place of indoctrination for the surrounding production zone workers. Remains of a statue dedicated to the glory of the Ep21 commanders were found, as well as other art pieces aimed at condemning the enemies of humanity, Dolos, and the that word. Damn it. If we had just barged straight in there, then the outcome would have been way worse. at least that's what I would have what I would expect. The outcome would have been worse if we had just barged straight in there. Now what we're doing here is one of these will hold 300 ice, so we will be able to just transfer all of this ice into this one here, and then replace these two. The one thing I do need to bear in mind, while these are more efficient on crew and power, I do have, or they are effectively working on the principle that one of these is the equivalent of two of these. Do we only have one of these? Oh no, we have two of these. We just forgot to enable the other one. Okay, pause. That's kind of what I've expected to happen eventually. If I set that to being dismantled, does that depower it immediately? It does, but it's still not enough. Okay, that can still, now that it's being dismantled, it can still do that. So we are going to need more crew in here. We've woken up more crew. Can we transfer some more over? We can transfer 10 more crew over from here, from Sector 3 to Sector 4. And I want to keep the 20 spare we have in here. We don't actually need that online at the minute. Still figuring out what I want to do with all of these. I would like to replace
science ship team has completed a task.
These two with one individual big one.
Population transfer complete.
That population transfer should do enough. Drilling through several layers of debris, the iceberg team finally reached the vegetable production area. They were greeted by floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few district workers seem to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Hydroponic technologies were used aboard the Entomanaki to grow fruit and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yields report detail how hierarchical rationing reserved the rarest of foods for the highest ranked crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieval resources have been prepared for extraction. Personalized instruction upgrades unlocked for compartments. Okay, let's investigate the animal pens and hope that God they're not doing look at just murder us. How to do this? I want to. I think if we move this. Oh no, because we still need somewhere to put the food in the meantime. What's this research we
An
unlocked?
accident has occurred in the tycoon.
We should always be researching. So in the crop farm, is it a new one? I think it is. Food production is increased by 40%. Okay. So everything else is... that reduces power. That reduces workers. Workers we'll eventually have too many of, we know this. So they're all increases in production speed, so let's queue that and then start making our way down to here. 5 crew members, infirmary disabled sector 3, so we need to enable the backup infirmary. We're steadily making more alloys, just not many, largely thanks to this, which is fine, I guess. This has some extra crew. Again, I'm just thinking how best to upgrade things to improve storage and whatnot else. Okay, the hull is going to be reduced drastically for a while. How long is it going to take to finish construction? Can I enable 11 crew? I'll hopefully complete it quicker. This might bring the hull strength down below 25%, but I don't think we're going to get destroyed as a result of it. That noise is an impediment.
Hull integrity below 50%.
I'm aware, don't announce it to the entire crew, they'll worry. Where's the ferrite? Here. There we go. I might have to build a temporary stockpile. Transferring ice over? It is. Let's... if we dump all of that into here... if we dump all of that into here and then move all the food into here, then we can dismantle this one and put the replacement food bins here. And then we can put...
A science ship team has completed a task.
The production area has been gutted for several hundred meters. The huge amount of floating carcasses has made it difficult for the team to differentiate between what is an animal and what is not. The team did find several working cryopods and have prepared these for extractions. Production seems mainly to have been galliform, though there are signs that the rarer meats were produced. Iceberg team wished to specifically note that the found cryopods contained a dog. The owner seems to have decided that its animal's life was more important than their own. Their corpse hangs onto the pod. Bypassing security measures. The Iceberg crew will bring the dog on board the Tyquin. Yes, I know. I know. Can I pause the construction? We can pause construction, but it's going to be done in a second. And then... there we go. The hull is still over 25%, so we're fine. Okay, let's make... temporarily, let's stop this importing resources into here, including food. That's slowly moving over to there. Let's move polymers into there. I want that to house food. I want that to house food. Stop this from housing food. Stop this from housing food. Ruins of our wheat. I might have to get a second one of these online at this point. General food stores are holding up. Ah, yeah, this is offline. Excuse me? No. You were supposed to have fixed that, devs. You were supposed to have fixed that. Four cycles ago. I do not accept that. The devs know it was an issue, they were supposed to have fixed it. Okay. So, construction is about to begin. Let's turn that on. I'm not having buildings just explode on me because I happen to push a button at an inopportune time. Where's that? Sector 3. This needs to be on. Okay, so that's been built. That's been assigned. These have been unassigned. They are starting to transfer over. It's transferring from here first. Let's accelerate this slightly by telling them that we're doing this way around. Speed this up, try and catch up to where we were. We did work out that we could enable this, and we could enable that. Yeah, I'm not just going to watch my buildings explode because of a bug in the game that should have been fixed.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, we can dismantle this, but we would need to enable that for it to go somewhere. Oh, hang on a second, I think we need to, yeah. Oh no, research is being queued, we're fine. Right, so, probe. I believe we found something over here, carbon and ferrite, didn't we? There must be like a pixel. There it is. And in fact, temporarily, we don't even need food in here. We can turn that off, assign that to be food and turn that on. And and then dismantle this. We did need to tell this sector to stop importing all of these for the time being. And stop transferring them over one way or the other. That would need to be on for us to send food to there. We are going to need to send food to there, just not in a minute. Okay. Because this will be faster.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Okay, that's good. The accident happened and then we ran out of crew. But we are out of infirmary space for them. Which means now we do actually have to turn this back off again. Okay, once that's over there.
The ship team has completed a task.
Okay. Minister, I did not expect this decision. I would remind you that Dodos regulations permit or prohibit animals on board the Tycoon. Transmission from Eden. I do postulate, however, that the animal's presence may be good for crew morale. Why do you think I told them to bring it? The problem is, if that dog dies... Man's best friend, achievement get. Leave the wreckage. Yeah, Eden, the PA, is telling us, this is not proper procedure. And I say to the PA, I know. I'm doing it anyway. Deal with it. Isn't there... Can I turn one of these off now? Which sector was it that we needed to turn them both on? 5 in there, none in there. We can turn that off. Okay. Right. Now let's plop down this. We're going to start this powered off, but it's going to hold the food. We'll tell this one for the time being not to store anything, because this one's going to become alloys eventually. But we need to empty these out first. We will need to empty these out first. Okay.
A probe has completed its scan.
We are running out of things that we can safely grab here. Iceberg crew ready to come back? We're still not making much in the way of alloys. Kind of expected, though.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay, let's see what they want. We can turn this off, I think, now. Was that research complete? I think that was research completed. Okay. Administrator, inconsistencies were detected within a crew member's DLS records. After reviewing the data, I have found that the crew member is actually a... Let's read that again. Administrator, inconsistencies were detected within a crew member's DLS records. After reviewing the data, I found that the crew member is actually a dog. A Borzor, Zora to be exact. I have not discovered how it came to be on board. Its mere presence violates several health protocols. I will say that it does seem to be providing extremely beneficial... proving, extremely beneficial for the crew's morale. A decision must be made in the animal's fate. Respect sanitary protocols. Officially recognize the dog as the member of a crew. Finally! a permanent stability boost. But is that the dog we just brought back or another one? Because the wording of that makes sense. Eden knows we brought back a dog. +1 from dog, but is it just in Sector 1? No, it's in all sectors. It is permanent. It is permanent all around. Glory be to the dog. Okay. I don't think we can turn that on. Oh, we can turn this on, but really, it is more important for us to have these on. 7 in there, 8 in there. We only need one of them active. Okay, let's load this up with food. I think we can turn it on now. We can. And that can be turned off because it can be emptied without being powered on. And then we can move these up to here. Then move this down to here. Dismantle both of these and put the alloys over there. And then we can have polymers and chips down here. We still
completed its scan.
We will still need to do some shuffling around with these though. So it might be prudent while we have the individual ones. Oh, I didn't think this through. We'll pause it here anyway because now's a reasonable place as any other to leave it. We need to get 3 more in here. 1, 2, 3. Which does leave us 1 spare that we could put another ferrite on, or we could just leave it as a spare. But yeah, if we like transfer over hydrogen from here to here, silicon from here to here, then we can replace this, make this hydrogen, that kind of thing. So hydrogen to there, silicon to there. You're not storing anything anymore, neither are you. And then we can dismantle these, rebuild that there. This can become carbon, but we're going to need to get the rest of these sorted first. We don't need the extra storage for ice at the minute. Okay. Things could have gone better, things could have gone worse. But... oh, I didn't realise... we've been mining these out already. I didn't realise we had actually... wait a second. Is this storm moving? Why does this area feel more claustrophobic? I thought everything down here. I need to check that. 1 second. That's from the start of this episode. So if we save over save 1. Let's review our station's historic sensor data. Am I imagining it? Because I'm almost certain I did not send a probe into that field. It's moving. That's a bombshell. This entire area is going to become covered in storm. We need to send some probes over here next time so that we can retreat. Because, yeah, that storm is an entirely different shape. It looks like it's basically moved. I don't think it's... Is it just rotating around? No, because it's closed in. It's closed in more on this side than it has on this side, and it's uncovered this area here. So that it is warping rather than moving in a specific pattern. Well, damn. It's a good job we noticed that before it was too late. Come on. That is definitely a frame per second count. There we go. Because, yeah, that's what we're in now. We need a probe to find us a planet over on this other side pronto. And we probably need to get these... I think... We may just need to recall all the ships. And just make a trip straight the way through. The problem is... That is one hell of a jump. Even to go to here is going to take like 5 cycles. Our batteries won't last that long. Problems. Serious problems. Anyway, problems for next week. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Cheerio.